Hi, I'm Meritavita with KNOXX Video, and today we're here with Jake Shields at the El Nino Training Center. Jake, how's your day going so far?
It's going good. I did my boxing this morning. Now I'm back for my evening session at Gilbert Melendez's new gym. It's about to do a little bit of grappling and beat each other up some more. So.
Okay, nice. Now, as many of the fans know, your father recently passed away, and I'm sorry to hear that. Has training been difficult for your fight coming up with Jake Ellenberger September 17th?
I don't know if it's training. I mean, it's been a difficult time, of course. Me and my father were really close, and it's he was my manager as well, so we pretty much talked every day, especially leading up to the fight, working out all the business, and so lost my father and my manager going into this time, which is really tough. And it's I don't think the training's been tougher. Training's kind of my outlet where I get away, be around my friends, and when I'm focused, I'm able to pull it together and just focus. It's more tougher other times, sometimes at night and stuff. But one of those things, I think, is all you can do is move forwards in life. I'm just trying to move forwards. I know he would want me to continue fighting and doing well, so I'm going out there ready to fight.
Did you ever consider pulling out, or that was never an option?
No, not really. The first couple minutes I was kind of in shock, didn't know what I was going to do. But within 2 or 3 minutes, I decided to fight. I just felt like it was one of those things I had to do. So.
Now, your last fight was with GSP for the title, and that was a main event, and you're going to be main eventing again. How does it feel to have been the main event 2 fights out of your 3 in UFC?
It's pretty cool to be two main events, and it was a co-main event. So, I want to stay in this position. It's going to be the main event. So I think it's really important that I go out there and win this fight and dominate. I don't want to be on the undercard. I want to be headlining shows. So I need to go out there and show that's where I deserve this fight.
Right. Now, speaking of GSP, he was going to be fighting your teammate Nick Diaz. That's not going to be happening anymore. Do you have an opinion on that?
I really wanted to see that fight, as most people. I think everyone was excited to see Nick versus GSP, and Condit and him's a good fight too, but obviously most people would agree probably not as good of a fight, but it's what happened I have no real opinion on. I haven't talked to Nick or Dana. I'm sure they both have their opinions. Nick's my good friend, so of course I always got to back him up, but I think Dana's a smart guy and mostly fair, so whatever happens between them, I don't know the details, so it's one of those things. So hopefully Nick learns from what he's done and moves forwards and gets himself another title shot.
Now, he's going to be fighting BJ Penn now. How do you see that fight going down?
I just heard that like 2 minutes ago, and I'm very happy about that. I was worried that Nick would get dropped from the UFC after that. So it's good he gets a chance to redeem himself, and that's a great fight as well. And I think it's a tough fight, but I think Nick's too high of a pace for BJ. I think he'll overwhelm him and tire him down and beat BJ. I don't know if it's probably a 3-rounder, so it might go the distance, but I think Nick will definitely win.
Now, what is your prediction on Nate Diaz versus Takanori Gomi?
Another great fight. I think it's a good matchup for Nate. I think his boxing is better. I think if he can stay outside, I think he can pick apart on his feet and hopefully knock him out.
Okay. Now, there was talks about you fighting BJ Penn, John Fitch, but they paired you up with Jake Ellenberger. Do you feel disappointed at all that he's not as known?
A little bit, but it's the main event, so you can't really complain. When you're a main event of a UFC, that's not a bad thing. I did want BJ Penn or Fitch, one of the big stars, but Ellenberger's, a fast-rising star and a legit contender. So.
Now, I understand Chris Lieben recently was sparring here with you guys.
I figured, he's an aggressive striker, kind of like Ellenberger, so I brought him out from Hawaii for the week. So.
Okay, great. Now, what did you think of Anderson Silva's performance against Yushin Okami?
Man, it was a great performance. Anderson Silva just picked him apart. I think shows he's in a different level. I think it was dropped him with a jab. It's not very often you see guys get dropped with jabs in mixed martial arts, and that's a few times Anderson dropped people with jabs now. His striking is just extremely impressive.
Now, how would you like to get in the cage with Anderson Silva, and how do you think you would do?
I would love that opportunity. I've wanted to fight him for years, and I think it's obviously it's a tough fight. To say Anderson Silva would be an easy fight would just be stupid, but I just think it's I want to fight him because he's possibly he's one of the best pound for pound for sure, and I think stylistically the best guy to beat him is is a good wrestler with good submission. So stylistically it's a good fight for me. It's still obviously an extremely tough fight, but hopefully one day soon I'll get that opportunity because I think I don't see Anderson Silva fighting too much longer. So.
Well, thank you so much for your time, and best of luck. You fight September 17th. And for more information, go to KNOXXgear.com.